Hello, 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 everybody in Facebook land. It's your girl Barb here with barbstamps.com, and it's Facebook Live time on Thursday. Yay! So that means it's 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Mountain Time where I'm at, also known as Stampin' Up Time, and 4 p.m. Pacific. So I am so excited to be here today, you guys. I almost wasn't here. I'm going to swipe my thing because I always forget that, this dumb new Facebook deal. So if you're saying hello, hello Susan, how are you? And I see Teresa and Barbara. Great name, by the way, Barbara. So I have a funny little story. I almost didn't go live today. I was making some lunch. My son had to work today and he came home for lunch at 1 o'clock. So I went up there and said, oh, I'll make you lunch today. What do you want? He said, oh, I'd like some macaroni and cheese. And then can you cut up some Polska kielbasa and put it in there too? I said, sure. That makes macaroni and cheese even better. Let me just tell you. So I had a Pampered Chef party a couple months ago and I got a brand new set of knives. They're colored and they're really pretty and they're super flippin' sharp. I've already cut myself with the gigantic knife. It was in my kitchen sink and I was moving some silverware around and I just barely touched it. And I cut, where did I cut myself? I think I cut myself on my thumb. Anyway, so that was about a month ago. So today I'm cutting up this Polska with another one of these super sharp knives. And I take a gigantic chunk out of my thumb, right on the side of my thumb. It just filleted it right open, and I just was a little shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh, and blood's just squirting out everywhere. Oh, sorry, I should just set a trigger warning there in case you're like grossed out about that. Anyway, so you run it underwater, and then I put some ice on it so the bleeding would stop so I could sort of see what it was like, and gross. And so this is my, you know how when you cut yourself, you just sort of wrap the crap out of it so that it stops bleeding, and then you'll later, like the next day or whatever, you'll put like a decent band-aid on there. So that's where we're at. We have this, and I thought, how am I going to craft with this ridiculous dumb thing on my thumb? But we're going to make it work, so we're going to do it anyway. So moral of the story, don't buy Pampered Chef knives. No, I'm kidding. Do buy them. They're amazing. They're super sharp. They cut great, but oh my gosh, they cut you too. I don't even know when the last time I seriously cut myself with a knife while prepping anything in my kitchen. Clearly, all the knives I had before these were dull. So anyway, my son said to me, because at first he's like, oh my gosh, do you need me to do anything? He's like a little bit panicked because there's blood everywhere. I was like, no, it's fine, I got it. So then a little while later, my husband comes in and my son says, yeah, you need to take those new knives away from your wife. My husband says, what do you mean? She just cut herself again. And I'm like, what? Cut myself again? What do you mean again? Yeah, again. So anyway, there you go. Buy Pampered Chef knives, but be super careful because they're incredibly sharp. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to tell you guys was I got a new shirt. Now, I never shop. I'm not a shopper, so I just want to show you. It's blue. Maybe I should back up a little bit. It's blue. It's got this cute little, I don't even know what you call this thing, but I have to tell you where I got it and how I discovered it. But first, let me just see what we got here. Hello, Lisa and Cindy and Brenda and Evelyn and Jean and Susan. And thanks you guys for your sympathy about my dumb thumb. Ugh. Yeah, it is what it is. What are you going to do? When you're a ding dong and you don't know how to properly use a knife, that's what happens. So anyways, my super cute shirt. A couple years ago, I was on YouTube looking for a fix-all to all these horrible bags under my eyes. I have these ugly bags under my eyes, and I've had them for a while, and I keep trying to cover them up, and when I put like cover-up makeup on them, you just buy them at the drugstore or something like that. Yeah, it's a medallion. I know, it looks like it could be Stampin' Up, Lisa, doesn't it? So I was looking for a way to cover up these horrid bags under my eyes, and I was on YouTube, and I just, put in, makeup for bags under your eyes or something. Anyway, this channel popped up, and the title of the channel is Hot and Flashy, which really made me chuckle because I'm of that age where I get hot flashes, and I just thought the name of this lady's channel was hilarious. So she's a middle-aged woman. I think she's about 58 years old, so I'm going to be 54 next week. So I mean, we're the same age. So I started watching her, and I really like her. Her name's Angie. She's just a nice person, and she does honest reviews of all kinds of things, makeup and face creams, and she colors her own hair, and she shows you exactly how she does it. I mean, she's amazing. So anyway, I was watching a video of hers a couple weeks ago, and she had a shirt on, this shirt, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the cutest shirt I've ever seen. Well, she lots of times will put links in her description of her video telling you where she got things, whatever it is. And she also is an affiliate person with Amazon, and so she has a lot of things that she buys from Amazon are linked in the description below the video, and I thought to myself, what are the chances? So I clicked on the description of the video. I'll be darned, the shirt was there. So I clicked the link, I went to Amazon, and I bought it. And I think I'm going to go back and buy another one in gray. So that's the story of my amazing new shirt. Now, if you guys are just joining me, you'll have to wait till the live is over and then go back and watch the beginning. Or actually, I'll just stand up again. There, I'll give you a flash of my chest. Ta-da! Isn't it cute? I know, right? And I never buy clothes. So there you go. And I certainly never buy clothes off Amazon, but I thought, you know, I'll try it. If it stinks, I'll send it back, because you can send back anything to Amazon. So those, I think, are the only stories I have, but you never know. You know, when we get along here and we start stamping, I'm sure I'll have more stories to tell you. So I'm going to flip the camera. Oh, first I want to say we have a winner last week for commenting and sharing. So please comment below. I mean, you can comment me anything, ask me questions, you know, say you're a ding dong for cutting your thumb off almost, whatever you want to say. It's all fun around here. And then I pick a winner from those comments and the sharing, and I give away a little prize. So the winner of the prize this week is Angela Biro, or Biro. I don't know how to say the last name. I probably just butchered that, Angela, and I'm terribly sorry about that. But I have some of this foil paper back from Celebration, and I have a little bit, and I wanted to gift it to somebody. So Angela, you're the winner, and I happen to know Angela's address. She is a customer of mine, so I don't need your address, Angela. I will get this out to you. I'm going to put that back there so I don't forget it, because it's on my computer. Oh, I did want to tell you guys something else. I am going to be going on vacation a week from Sunday, and I'll be gone for a couple of weeks, so we won't have any Facebook Lives unless I can sort of find some time in my schedule to do a Facebook Live, not live, where I would do a Facebook Live, you know, on my own, probably in the middle of the night, because that's the only time I'm going to have time, and then I would upload it on my Facebook Live day. But don't count on that, because that's probably not going to happen. So I'll be gone for a couple of weeks. We always go up to a lake in Montana, and we do camping, and we take our boat, and we just kind of hang out. There's really no service up there for the most part. We have to either go out in the middle of the lake to get service, or we have to drive up the road about 1.5 miles, 2 miles to this lookout spot where we can get some cell service. So I usually go out to the middle of the lake at least once a day to kind of check my phone for, you know, important things, whatever. And then I usually go up to the point in the vehicle, you know, a few times a week. So anyways, yes, I'll be gone. So there won't be any Facebook Lives. Yeah, I would ask my house sitter, but I don't think he knows how to stamp, number one, and I'm pretty sure he knows nothing about Facebook Live, so yeah, he can't help me there. All right, so guys, I'm going to flip the camera around and we will get started here. So there is our, oops, oh yes, it flipped, okay. Let me get my little level out, because I'm really anal about the angle of the camera, and I want to make sure that it's not wonky. And there we go. So, oh, Linda says she's jealous. I'm sorry, Linda. Luckily for me, you know, we're going camping, so we can automatically social distance, because, you know, camp spots, at least in Montana, you're definitely more than 6 feet away from your neighbors. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to that. Take our fifth wheel up there. It's quite the haul. It takes us about 8 or 9 hours to get there from here. So it does take a long time. That's why we stay for 2 weeks, because it takes so long to get there that, you know, we want to make sure. Let's see. Can you tell me? Ooh, Susan, let me just tell you, Angela, who just won the prize, got her mini catalog in the mail today. So they're on their way out there. So just keep looking for it. It should arrive. It should arrive, because I did have you on my list. So Linda says she was in Montana last September. Montana is a beautiful place. I'm actually from there. I was born in Colorado, and I moved to Montana when I was 2. And I lived in Montana until I was 35, 36. Anywhere, something around there. I moved from Montana to Wyoming, and they're both beautiful, but it's a kind of a family thing, kind of a big family reunion that we all go up to this lake in Montana near Flathead. It's a big secret, so don't tell anyone how amazing it is, because I don't want everybody going there. Just kidding. You can tell everyone it's amazing. All right, so here's another look at my, yeah, you can see, ugh, gross blood. Okay. So I wanted to go over a few little housekeeping things. Chris, I think I sent you one too, so you should be getting one also. And if you don't get it, let me know and I will send you one because I have some extras. Okay, my Totally Techniques online club. Susan, who happens to be on here, is a member of my club, and so is Lisa. And what happens, and I actually have the card, you guys. I just made it today. Let me sort of think what I did with it. Well, I know it's around here somewhere. Maybe it's in one of the buckets. Anyways, I will show you guys the card this month. So each month when you place a $30 minimum order in my store, ooh, Missoula, that's kind of close to where we're going, Barbara. Shoppingwithbarb.com using my monthly host code. Bam, there's my monthly host code. Between the 1st and the 22nd of the month. And then you let me know, ooh, and Lynn's on here too. Lynn's also in this club. And you let me know that you want to be in the club. Then I send you my technique of the month, which is a greeting card made with a technique and a sample card showing you how, or telling you how to make the technique and a little sample of what it looks like when you're done. So you have to order between the 1st and the 22nd. And then at the end, if you order with me 6 consecutive months, then at the end of that 6 months, I give you a $30 gift certificate. So each month you'll get the technique cards, and you get the technique cards if you're in the club, even if you don't consistently order, but you don't get the $30 gift certificate unless you're consistent for 6 months. So keep that in mind. It's going to be amazing, and I'll find the card and I'll show it to you. Okay. Yay. My Celebrate Sunflowers online class is ready to go. I uploaded the last video today, so I emailed all the girls that have purchased it already. The links are in the description of this video for you to purchase the class, or you can purchase the class and the cardstock pack, or you can purchase my special bundle of products, which is the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle, the Flowers for Every Season paper, the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack, Bumblebee ribbon, Testful Textiles folder, the in color dots, and the brass foil sheets. I will give you the class and the pre-cut cardstock kit for free. So it's $125 for the special bundle. Then you get everything for free. $40 for the class and the cardstock, or $25 for just the class. The class includes, now get ready, you guys, 8 cards, 5 of which are fun folds. Okay. Then there's 3 other cards. Plus there's a note card holder and some note cards. So it's amazing. It's really amazing. And you get a video for every project, and you get a written tutorial that has pictures and the instructions for the cards. So you get all that for $25. It's an amazing deal. So that description, links in the description of my video. Bonus days. Now you can get bonus days freebies when you order with my Techniques Club. So during July through August 3rd, actually, when you place a $50 order in my store at shoppingwithbarb.com, you'll get an email from Stampin' Up! With a coupon code for $5. So every $50 equals $5. Then in August, from August 4th to the 31st, you can then redeem your coupon codes for whatever you want, and you can actually use as many coupon codes as you want on an order. So the coupon codes will come off the merchandise total, then they add the shipping and the tax, and then that's your total. So, but please keep in mind for the Totally Techniques class, your merchandise total after your coupon codes still has to be $30 because that's the amount I require. So you'd have to order like $40 and then take your $10 coupon codes off and still have your $30. So just keep that in mind. It has to be a minimum $30 merchandise total regardless of any coupons or anything like that. So bonus days is going on right now. And personally for me, this is when I buy a ton of my stuff. Like I stock up on cardstock and adhesive, and if I need any ink refills or any clear envelopes or whatever you have or whatever I need, because I want coupon codes also, because next month on August 4th, because I'm a demonstrator, I get to pre-order our brand new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I could not be more excited to get that new machine in my hot little hands. So I'm going to use my coupon codes for that. Holiday catalog. It starts August 4th. It's coming out. Those of you that are my customers that have ordered $50 from me in the last 6 months, you have a catalog either mailing to you or waiting for you here at my house. You just need to let me know that you need it. I'll put it out in my mailbox. You can pick it up if you're local. So this is what the cover looks like. It's amazing. There are like 85 pages in this thing. It's huge. And there are, oh my gosh, a ton of cool stuff. Speaking of cool stuff, I have all my paper charts done for this catalog, the holiday catalog. And if you're a demonstrator, I am offering these for sale for $30. Now, they're not put together. You have to do a little bit of work. What I'll give you is this piece of white cardstock. I will have this printed on there for you. I will give you a package of all these cardstock circles and this designer series paper. You will cut the designer series paper in half, flip one piece, and glue them down. So you do have to do a little bit of work. And I'm going to charge $30 for them. I did have to raise the price a little bit. After I sold them last time for the annual catalog, it took, whoa, it was hours upon hours upon hours upon hours to cut all this, package it up, mark it, punch all the circles. I mean, it was a ton of work. So the price is 30 bucks. I can't remember if I put the link in the description of this video. I don't think I did, but I will. And if you're a demonstrator and you don't find my link, email me, barb@barbstamps.com, and I'll hook you up. Or you can go to my blog because I have a link there. All right, and then our final thing to talk about is I still have my Artistry Blooms, of course, was my June online class. I still have 2 pre-cut cardstock kits available for the cards in this class. Description in the link, or the link is the description of the video. Yay. So I'm going to throw this out there right now. If you're on YouTube, when I upload this, please give my video a thumbs up, especially for my cut thumb. And subscribe to my channel right down here if you're on YouTube, and then be sure to click the notification bell. You guys on Facebook, make sure you like my page and share the video. And let's keep some comments coming. And I will scroll back and see if there's anything I need to. Ooh, Carrie lives in Missoula. Awesome, Carrie. We actually go right, we turn right at Bonner to go to Swan Lake. So we don't actually get to Missoula. But anyway, and I see my sister-in-law Tammy's on here, and she'll be going with us. Hee hee. I did want to show you guys the swap cards. I had my team meeting last night. We did it via Zoom. Then I streamed it to our Facebook page. And then I had some gals here with me since we are able to get together again. So here is a super cute card from Denise, who lives in New Hampshire, and she used the Zany Zebras. And I just love how she just made stripes with markers, and that's amazing. This is a fun fold card from Vicky. Vicky did a really super cute card here with the goat stamp, and I can't think of what it's called, but it's really cute. I have a ton of swaps using that, and I didn't even honestly see it in the catalog, so there you go. This is from Kay. Kay lives in Wyoming in Casper. This was her swap. Gorgeous. She has a little bit of Winkestella on there that you can kind of see the little bit of shimmer. Super pretty. This was Britta's. Britta lives in Florida, and I think I just saw Kathy tune in here. Kathy also lives in Florida and is also on my team, and I think Charlene's on here too. So hello, girls. We missed you last night. This is from Barbara, one of my gals from Minnesota. So hello, Barbara, if you're watching. Super cute. I love how she used this big background die that we have with some of the foliage pieces. And then this is from my friend Patty, who is also on my team, who lives in Colorado. So that was our swaps for our team meeting last night. Super fun. And now let's get to stamping. All right, you guys, I'm going to pull out one of the cards that's a bit, not that it's complicated, but there's a few steps to it. So we're going to be using the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper, which is an item that is included in my online class this month, along with the Celebrate Sunflower stamp set, and of course the Sunflowers dies. This is also part of the bundle. We're going to be using the In Color dots. They're part of the bundle. And I think that's it for this card that we're using. So what do I need here? I need to move that stuff out of the way so I can get the paper out here. And I also need my paper trimmer. That scraps. Okay, let me grab my trimmer. Okay, so we are going to start with an 11 by 4 1/4 inch piece of just jade. And I've already scored it, but I'm going to pretend I'm going to do it. So we've got the long side at the top. We're going to slide it into 3 1/4 inches, and then I would get my cutting blade out of the way, and I would run my scoring blade down there. Whoops, came out of my track. Then I would open up my extendable arm, and I would go out to 8 3/4, which is right there. My thing is going to hit over here, so I'm not going to lay it flat, but then I would score again, and then that is what I have. So then we would just fold these two ends together. We would grab a bone folder and burnish that down. Okay, so then I have this piece of Designer Series paper, and I cut it like an hour ago, but can I remember what size it is? No, I can't. It's like 2 1/16 by 4, and that's going to go right down here on this panel here. And then I have this piece of Misty Moonlight, which is 4 3x4. And I did run this through with the Texture Tasteful Textiles folder, and I'm not sure, sometimes Facebook Live, the quality is kind of crappy. So hopefully you can see there is just a light bit of texture on this, which is really fun. Okay, we're going to mount these together. And I can't remember, was I a seal professional last week, you guys? I may have been. I finally figured out how to use this stuff, and I am loving it. Lovely UK demonstrator named Beck Ross shared with us as demonstrators a super easy way to use it. And it is, you literally just put it on your paper, and I'm barely even touching the paper. You roll it along, and then you tilt it forward, and it just comes off. And then it keeps it at the tip, and then it's ready for your next, the next pass. So I can't believe how simple it is to use it. So I'm super excited about this. So we'll add some adhesive on this end, and we'll add some adhesive on this end, and then a tiny bit in the middle. Oh, whoops, I want to make sure I get this on so the flowers are growing up and not down. That would be a little odd. Okay. There we go. And for those of you just joining us, if you're joining us late, I have this beautiful wrapped Band-Aid thing on my thumb because I was using a Pampered Chef knife at lunch today, and I sliced a gigantic chunk out of my thumb. So yeah, yay for me. So give this video a thumbs up for me, or give me a like or a heart because you feel bad for me because I have this stupid Band-Aid thing going on here. So later on tonight, I may open it up, the Band-Aid, not the owie, and see, you know, what it looks like. Okay, we got that done. So now we're going to bring in our scrap of Whisper White. And I have our Magenta Madness ink. I don't know if I can get this open. Yeah, I can. I can. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm going to ink my stamp. And I'm just going to, since it's kind of a large stamp, sometimes I like to lay it ink side or rubber side up and then ink it like that. And I'm just going to stamp that right here on my layer of white. Isn't that pretty? It's got so much detail. I just love it. And who said a sunflower can't be Magenta Madness, honestly, right? I can have my flowers be any color I want. So then, by the magic of TV, I would go over to my die cutting machine and I would cut it out. So here it is. Then I would also take my brass foil sheets over to my die cutting machine and I would cut out a brass foil sunflower. Now, for those of you that maybe already have this and are wondering how you line these up, there are 3 leaves on the stamp and, of course, the die that kind of look like they kind of roll up around, you know, the top. They have that kind of, I don't know what you call it, but they look like they roll up like that. So on this die also, we have these 3 that also kind of roll up. And so that is how you line it up. You find the 3 roll or flowing up leaves and you get it together like that. So I am going to use some liquid glue because I just want to add some glue right to this center piece here. And then, well, maybe I can do it flat like this. I'm going to find those leaves again. And then I'm going to line them up and get this glued down. Ugh, this dumb thumb, this Band-Aid is not helpful at all. But we're just gonna have to wing it. Okay. Then when you do die cut that, you also get this centerpiece, and we're just gonna go ahead and add it back in with a little bit of glue. And then you can kind of see when we're looking at it, there's like a little tiny indentation right there. And there's like a little point right here. And so those go together. I think. That's not right. It worked for me earlier. Oh wait, here's the spot right there. I think. Of course, the foil is now blinding me as I'm trying to look at it. Okay. Oh! I'm just going to blame everything on this thumb. I'm getting rid of that. I've got another one here because, oh, now I have glue on my finger. Ah! I need to calm down. Okay, let me look here again. Here's the point. There it is. Right there. Okay. Jeez Louise, that should not have been that hard. Okay, next, I've tied myself a bow because it took me a little longer since I have this great thumb here. So I did it off camera because I didn't think anybody wanted to spend 20 minutes watching me try to tie a bow with this dumb Band-Aid that I have on here. So I decided to save you guys from that ridiculousness and get it done before I came live. Okay, so we need a glue dot. So this is our Just Jade twill ribbon, and I just tied a bow with that. And then I'm going to press my knot onto a glue dot. And then I am going to set that. Oh, do not do that to me right now. Okay, there we go. Diana is watching from Kinston, North Carolina. Pam says this is beautiful. It is, Pam. It was really fun working with this, making this online class. It was really, really fun. Okay, I think I don't have any more questions, but keep them coming if you have any. All right, so this is kind of a fun fold. So we're going to end up putting our sunflower about like that. So we're just going to use some seal and use my little fun technique. Oh, I might have been out of frame there. Hopefully I wasn't. And we'll put this off to the side. How much you need your... Oh my gosh, Pam, it is so true. It's even my left hand. You'd think, you know, most of the time your left hand is useless. Of course, unless you're a left-handed person, then it's super important to be able to use it. But me as a right-handed person, I do most everything with my right hand. But yeah, not having this thumb is super annoying. Okay, so we have that done. Then I had a little strip of white. Here it is. Whoops. And I have some Misty Moonlight ink. Ugh. There. Make sure I don't get it on my fingers since I can't open this very well. And then I have the Thanks a Bunch image here, and I'm going to try to get this on here straight. If I don't, I have one that oops, I need a piece of card stuck under that. If I don't, I have one that I did earlier that I can use. Okay, so if you guys are brand new watching me, I'm kind of blind. And so when I'm stamping something that's white, if I have it on this white paper, it's really hard for me to see it. So if I put it on something of color, then I have, it's easier for me to see it. So let's see, I'm going to set this about like so, and I can't remember. I don't think I got this on here right. It's a tad bit crooked. So I'm going to bring in my one that I stamped earlier that's less crooked. Okay. Ooh, we have somebody. Hi from New York. Sorry about your Howie. Thank you, Debbie. She was using scissors yesterday and forgot to move her thumb before she cut into it. Oh, ouch. Yeah, I know. What are we thinking? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Diana, thank you so much. I appreciate that. She said this is the most beautiful sunflower tutorial she's seen so far. So I appreciate that. Jean is left-handed, so it would be a big problem. Yeah, Jean, I bet it would. Way bigger of a problem for you than it is for me. Maybe I should quit whining. I probably should, but I'm not going to. Okay, so I'm going to trim off the excess here, and then I'm going to flag the end. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna cut off a little bit more. That's a little too much. Okay, so then I'm going to bring my scissors into the center here, and I'm going to snip, and then I'm going to snip from each corner into the center to flag the end here. Didn't notice it being crooked. I know, but I'm pretty darn, if you look really close, you can tell that it kind of starts right here and it just kind of goes upwards. So, you know, I figured that might happen to me. Just because, you know, it is what it is when you're having one of those days. Of course that would happen. Why not? Okay, so we're going to add... Oh, wow, I have that on both sides. Which... How in the world did I do that? I think this one's a straighter one. I must have had to do it twice. Okay, and then I'm going to put this down here at the bottom. Try to get it straight. Oops. Oh, come on. Work with me just a tiny little bit. There we go. Okay. Then I have some of these fun little in color dots. They were on back order for quite a while. They are back in stock. Woohoo! And I've already almost used up a whole package. I have these few left from my package, and I'm starting into my new package. So I thought, since this is kind of colorful, that we would go ahead and use the Magenta Madness. I still, you guys, oh gosh, I keep wanting to call this Marvelous Magenta. Those of you that may be older, I shouldn't say older, that's not really, but been with Stampin' Up! For a little while, you may remember Magenta Madness from a number of years ago. It was a pretty color, but this one I think is a little bit better. All right, so I'm going to set that one right down there. Okay, so let me slide these over here. Just about lost my take your pick tool on the floor. Ugh, worthless. I'm hoping that, you know, later when I check this owie, I can put a smaller Band-Aid on there that's not so bulky and cumbersome, because it's super annoying. Okay, and I have a lot of work that I have to get done before I can go on vacation, so I don't have time for this kind of thing. Okay, now I need to do something on the inside, and I thought I would bring in this fun little sunflower. I just thought of this right this minute, that I needed something for the middle or the inside. So we're going to bring in some Just Jade, and we're going to stamp a Just Jade. Ugh, come on. Yeah, I need my thumb to open up these ink pads. Okay. All right, here we go. And I thought if I just kind of stamped this right down here on the inside, that when you open it up, it's cute on the inside too. Yay. Okay, so it's done, you guys. Yay, it's done. Let me move it out of the way while let me bring it into the frame so you guys can see its beauty while I clean off my stamps really quick. Sometimes I hate putting them back in my box dirty, because then I get ink on other things that I don't realize I have ink on. And then I get ink on my fingers, and then I ruin stuff, which is super annoying. Liquid Band-Aid is not as bad. I don't know if I can, Pam. I mean, I literally, just thinking about it makes my stomach turn. And I was super lucky this morning that I got to get my blood drawn, because my husband's insurance requires us to have our blood drawn every year as part of their wellness program. And so I had to get my blood drawn this morning. So I got that going for me too. And my poor husband, oh gosh, he really does not like needles. He's deathly afraid of them. And he always says that, you know, even Superman has a weakness. And so my husband's weakness is needles. And so whenever we go in there, he really kind of like freaks out, literally freaks out. He gets all stressed out. His blood pressure shoots through the roof. And it's terrible. Oh, Lynn, I am using a Stampin' Chamois. We have it in the back of the catalog. It's just this cloth, and it's very absorbent. You just put water on it, and then you clean your stamps, and then when it gets kind of inky, then you just rinse it out in the sink again, and it's ready to go. And I just keep it in this stamp case, this old stamp case that I have. And yeah, it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. That I think it's the most amazing thing. So I just love it. So good question. Yes, you can certainly case that, Donna. Please do. If you need stitches, I know, Jean. I hate going to the doctor for dumb stuff like that. I think it'll be all right. Let's see. Lynn asked that. Debbie said, beautiful card. What pad do you use? Oh, Chris also asked. Chris, that is Chris and Lynn. It is called the Stampin' Chamois. It's in the catalog. Let me find my catalog. And if you guys are wondering where things are, you can always go to the very back, to the index here. And let's see, where do they have it? Here we go. Under S, the Simply Chamois. It's on page 163. And it's right down here in the bottom, at the bottom. We also have the Stampin' Scrub, which I like it, but it's just not as convenient to use the Stampin' Scrub as it is to use the Shabby. Yep, just regular water in the sink. So yeah, there it is. And it's like $8, and it'll be the best thing you ever buy. Trust me. Okay, so we're going to be using the Posted For You stamp set on this next card. And I do have a couple of swaps that I got. I got this one here, which I think is super cute. Oh, this one has, it's in a plastic thing, so it's going to get some glare. I've got this one using the same image, and there's some of that Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper there. And then I have this one also that I did for a swap last month. using Just Jade and Petal Pink. And so we're going to copy this, but we're going to do it in some different colors. Okay, so let me get my papers out here. And I'm going to show you a cheater thing that I had to do so that I had enough paper. Okay. We might use some ribbon, we might not, I'm not sure. Got my blends and my Memento ink. Okay, so this is the Posted For You stamp set. It coordinates with the rectangular postage stamp punch. Okay, so there we go. Oops, I'm going to flip that like that because otherwise we'll get a glare. So I'm also using our 2020-2022 in color 6x6 designer series papers. And which one did I use? This one here. And so I had to make a whole bunch of the other style. So I don't really have to cheat on this one, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyway, just in case you're a paper hoarder like myself. And we shouldn't be paper hoarders. We should just, you know, we should just be free to use whatever paper we want, but we just can't help it. So there we go. Okay, so I'm using Cajun Craze because I wanted to make this kind of a fallish card. And then I have another piece of Cajun Craze that I ran through with the Dandelion embossing folder. Hopefully you can see the nice detail that that does give. And then I have some scraps of vanilla. So I need to get my little birdies out here, and I need a black. So here's a block. Move those. Got my Memento here, so I'm going to ink that up. One of these I just re-inked today, so sometimes they're a little splotchy if you don't let them kind of sit overnight, but we'll see what happens. Bring it up to my eyeballs. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so we've got that. Then on my card here, so normally what I would do is I would have a long strip of designer series paper, okay, and I was going to put it on the card, you know, across the card like this, on my swap card. This one here. This is the one we're copying. I'm copying myself. I do that a lot. So I would need, get my ruler out here, that is about 4 inches. So I would have needed a, I think it's 1.5. Yep, a 1.5 by 4 inch piece of the designer series paper. Well, you only get, I think, 4 sheets in the package of any given pattern. In this particular, in the in colors, because there's only 5 in colors, so each paper you get 4 of each. So anyway, I didn't have enough of this patterned paper. I think I had to do like 25 swap cards, and I didn't have enough to make every piece 4 inches long. So I made every piece 3 inches long. 3. This is 3 in case you didn't know. 3 inches long. And then I just put a gap in it so that when I put my label over that, you're not going to know there's a gap. So I was able to get my 25 cards using those pieces of paper that I had, so everybody got the same card. So there's a little cheater way for you. If you have a focal point on a card and you're using designer series paper, you can always cut it shorter and then spread it out. Okay, so let me add these pieces to the card. And I'm just going to set it about right here. Okay, and I'll put some adhesive on this piece also. Look at how beautifully that's working. Remember how much I struggled with that a couple weeks ago, you guys? Oh, I am indebted to Beck Ross. She is amazing. How she ever came up with that is beyond me, but she's brilliant. Okay, so, whoops, I want to get it straight, not into that crooked stuff. Okay, there we go. And then that's going to get layered onto this. Oh, that is crooked. Ah! Jeez Louise, these eyeballs of mine are the worst. I have got to get my cataract fixed. Okay, and I think I say this every week and I never do it, but I'm gonna, someday I'm gonna do it. Okay, so I'm gonna color in this. So I'm gonna color my leaves. I just wanted to, I'm not gonna color the whole leaf. I'm just kind of coloring the veins just to add a little bit of color. I don't think you need to have the whole leaf done. And especially when you're making 25 of something, you don't. Yeah, you don't. Because right now, before I go on vacation, I have to get, what do I need? 10, 20, 30, 40, 80. I have to get 80 swap cards done and in the mail before I leave on vacation. So I've got to get busy. I got to get busy. And with this dumb thumb. All right. That one I skipped. I'm going to kind of do the stem here. Tiny dot there. And then I thought I would use my Cajun Craze Light blend and kind of do the same thing. Like maybe not do the whole bird. We'll see. I think, no. The whole bird needs to be done. Sorry. Little birdies, you both need to be colored in all the way. That is not vibing with me at all. Okay. Oh, anyways, I think I was telling you a story about my husband and Superman, and that even Superman has a weakness. My husband's weakness is the needles, and so whenever we go in there, he has to sit in a special chair, and they have to draw his blood first before they take his blood pressure, because if they don't, I mean, his blood pressure, I think today, even after we were done, was like 155 over something, and they were freaking out a little bit about that, and I was like, no, he's fine. Trust me, he literally does this all the time. Okay, let's see. Use a ruler to make sure. So, you know, that's what I should have done. Lynn, you're brilliant. Because I have this grid paper. So why can't I just, if I stick this on a line, and then if I stick my ruler on a line, yeah, it's not super straight. But hopefully it won't matter. But that's a brilliant idea, Lynn. Thank you. Okay, so Evelyn must have asked that she's struggling with the seal. She can't get it going. To get it going, Evelyn, you kind of have to roll it up a little bit with your thumb, because you want the adhesive to start like right here on the little roller. So you might have to roll it up a little bit and get it started there. And then after you get it started, it's just, seriously, I'm barely even touching this to my paper at all. And then if you just push it back, so then you put your adhesive, you put your, whoop, I didn't get mine started that great. So you stick it on there, you roll it back, and then you tilt it forward. Oh, so here I'm telling you what a pro I am, and now all of a sudden it's getting stuck up on me. Stop it. Why? Why are you doing this to me now after I told everybody that I was a pro? That kind of irritates me. Okay, there we go. Not sure what happened there, but I got her fixed. And then you just tilt it back, and it's just amazing. And I'm so excited that I finally figured that out, because it was driving me crazy. Because I see other people using theirs, and they're like, oh yeah, it's no problem, I can just whip it on. Yeah. And I was about ready to give it the boot. But I stayed with it. And I'm super happy that I did. Okay. Oh, I better scroll up. Is anybody? Okay, that was it. All right. So then my little thingy here, I'm going to add it with a couple of dimensionals. Get off. My husband's out mowing the lawn today. Oh, there's another funny story. So I think it was last week. I don't know if I told you guys this or not. My son went to work. He came home for lunch. He left. He went back to work. And when he got to work, his truck, the pulley, something happened with the pulley and it broke, and the belt and the thing died. So we had to order some parts for it. Fine. So then he'd been looking at getting a new truck. So Friday he went and got this new used truck. He paid $1,000 for it. It had like 217,000 miles on it. And my husband said, well, you know, if you can get it for a decent price, obviously you're going to have to put a little bit of work into it. You know, if you have put a couple $1,000s into it and you get a full-size truck for $3,000, that's not a bad deal. Fine. So he gets it. It needs rear brakes and a water pump to start out with. So he gets the brakes done. Then he has to fix the water pump. And this was Wednesday night or something like, or no, Tuesday night. So he's out in the garage. My husband had to work that night because he's on the night shift right now. So during the afternoon, they took the whole thing apart, and then my son was going to put it all back together. So he's putting it back together, and he comes in and he needs me to help him. So I go out and help him. And while I'm helping him, he has to put the fan back on the shaft of the water pump. And when he's trying to screw it on, something happens and the threads get cross-threaded, whatever that means. It's a man term. So he's just beside himself upset. So, you know, I finally convinced him to come inside and not break anything. And then my husband comes home and they talk about it, and they decide in the morning, they're going to try it again. So they tried again the next day, couldn't get it on. So they had to go buy a new water pump and a new fan. So we have those two vehicles are broken. My daughter comes home yesterday and Says, my car died at Walmart and thankfully some lady jumped it and I got home. So hers needed an alternator. So we have 5 vehicles. 3 of them are broken. So we were down to 4 people using 2 vehicles. Thankfully, my husband has his own vehicle for work. He's a deputy sheriff, so he has a county issued vehicle. So that makes 6 vehicles that we have here. Anyway, we got my daughter's car fixed today. My son's going to get his truck fixed tonight, and I think the Mazda that blew up that started this whole fiasco should be getting fixed Saturday. I think the parts are going to come in tomorrow. So anyways, it's been super fun around here having no vehicles, and thankfully I work from home, so I don't need to go anywhere. But yeah, that would irritate me after. And Mary, you don't have to every time. That's the thing. If it stops on you, you do have to roll it up, but then you keep going and it's fine. And that was like the first time I had an issue with it the whole time I've been using it tonight. So it works pretty good. All right, I'm going to say just a note. So I need a block. And I have these little grids on here that Stampin' Up! Used to sell. Why they don't sell them anymore is beyond me, because they should. But I'm not the one who makes all the decisions, so nobody listens to me. All right, so I need to see if this is straight before I actually stamp it on there. So let me take a look-see here with my little block. Yeah. And I'm going to stamp that right down here in the corner. Over here. There. Okay, so it's done. Super fast card. I mean, it probably took me way too long because I was doing a lot of blah, 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 blah. But actually, this card should literally take just minutes. There's minimal coloring. The papers, you're just layering things together, no problem. So that should be a super simple card. And while I'm cleaning up my mess, I'll leave that one there so you can look at that too. And let me bring my chamois back in here. And I'll clean up. And I literally just, for Chris and Lynn, you just tap your stamps on there and they come clean. And then when this thing gets too inky, you just rinse it out. Now it will be stained. So like most of this, what you see on here is staining. It's not anything that's going to come out. Okay, so just beware that it's going to be ugly, but it works amazing. Okay, I actually have another one. Well, somewhere out here I have another one. Okay, let me put all this stuff away. So let me put these cards up here where I can remember where they are so I can show them later at the end. And we'll get the stuff for our last card. And actually, this one might be the putziest one yet. So, oh, I didn't use the ribbon. Did it need ribbon? Let me look here again. I could probably put a little, let's do a knot. I think I have a chunk here. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to tie a knot because I don't think I can tie a bow quickly. In fact, I'm positive that I can't. We'd be on Facebook Live for hours if I was going to tie a bow. So that's not happening. Okay, so let's get a glue dot here. Okay. And I'm going to snip that off. And I'm just going to tack this right there. Maybe at a tiny bit of an angle. There. And then we will come in and trim off the ends. I don't know if that was necessary or not, but a little bit of ribbon is always cute. Hey, you. Get over here. I want to cut you off a little more. I better be careful. I don't want to cut myself. Lord knows I've done enough damage to myself today as it is. Okay. Move that out of the way. Next. So, for those of you that are familiar with my Big Shot at Home club, that was a club I started, I don't even know, 8, 9 years ago, where, oh! Look at that. Here's my technique card for the month. It's called Baby Swiping. This is the card my technique gals are going to get. So Lynn, here's the card you're going to get in the mail. Baby Swiping. I thought that was kind of a funny name. Anyway, my Big Shot class. So this is a class I run twice a year. It's for 4 months at a time. And the cost is $49.95 a month. And that's for 4 months, so it's about $200. But at the end of the 4th month, I give you a gift certificate for $150. So basically you're getting 4 months of classes for 50 bucks, and you're getting a $150 order of Stamp It Up. So I mean, it is a great deal. So anyway, this is similar to one of the cards that they are getting in their kit this month. Okay, so I'll just leave it at that. So we've got some Magenta Madness. I almost said Marvelous Magenta again. A layer of Whisper White for the center. We've got a layer of white for the front, and I think this is 3 3/4 by 5. Let me bring in said ruler and figure this out. Oh no, it's about 3.5 by 4 7/8. Is that right? Oh, I know what it was. It was because this is a die cut. This is one of our stitched rectangles, and so I had to cut this to be a nice layer for that. So it's a little bit of a wonky size, like 1/16 of an inch or whatever. Ooh, Teresa is on here, and Teresa is saying that Big Shot at Home is the best. Susan, yeah, I call it my Big Shot at Home class, because when I started the class, Stampin' Up! Was selling a Big Shot machine, and so that's why I called it that. And yeah, I do it twice a year, 4 months at a time, $49.95 a month for 4 months. At the end of the 4 months, you send me, it can be anything you want. Your order needs to be at least $150, and then anything over and above $150, you pay the rest. So if you send me an order for $175, we add the shipping and the tax, I take off $150 and you pay the difference. And that's twice a year. So we do it during celebration, and then the girls get their celebration choices also, along with their order. So yeah, we're next month is our last month, and then I'll start again in, is it November, Teresa? I think it's November. We go November, December, January, February, then they can order after the middle of February. So anyways, I'll be starting that again in November. So this is a similar card to what they're getting in their kits this month. Okay, so this is a pattern of the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper that we were using with the sunflower card. So we've got the fun striped pattern right there. All right, I've got a little 1/2 inch strip of that I'm going to put on the inside of the card. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. So we've got our seal. I'm just going to run a few little things. See, Mary, I don't have to roll it up every time. Only if it gets, for some reason, if it gets jammed or stuck or whatever it was happening to it, I don't even know. But yeah, you don't have to do that very often. Oh, and guess what? This is the middle of the card, okay? But we're going to try to do it different. What am I doing? Oh my gosh, I meant to do, I'm losing my mind, you guys. Hold, please. Okay, I stamped this earlier just in case I couldn't stamp it again nicely, but I'll still stamp it again for you to show you how I did it. So anyways, I meant to put adhesive at the bottom of the card so that I could put the DSP on it. And so I forgot. And so the reason I have this on a silicone mat is so that the adhesive that's on the back doesn't actually stick to anything, because on the silicone mat it will release nicely. Okay, and I'm trying to use my terrible eyesight to run this along the bottom edge. Okay, then we'll just peel that off. A silicone mat is a super handy thing to have when you're working with adhesive and you screw it up. Hee hee hee. Okay, let me just put this on the inside, and then we'll stamp it later and I'll show you how I did it. You can probably figure it out, but I'll show you. Okay, so there's the inside. Isn't that cute? Lynn, I must be in vacation mode because, or maybe all the trauma I had today, getting a needle stuck in my arm, cutting off my thumb, just various things. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about our, I don't know what, all of a sudden I lost what they were called. Foam adhesive sheets. These are basically a sheet of dimensionals that's not already cut. So you get to cut it. Okay. So I used it to cut letters to make a greeting on the card. Now, a little word of warning. It will cut through cardstock and the foam all in one pass. But these little letters that I used, they have these little tiny holes in them. They're called release holes. So if you die cut something and it has a release hole, you can like poke a pokey tool through there to push the paper out of it. Okay, well, if what you're running through is really thick, you will get those little holes in your paper. So can you guys see those? That looks terrible. Okay, I'm not a fan of that at all. So rather than have this, because I don't like it, now you may like it and that's fine if you like it, then this is the easier way to go. Put your cardstock on your sheet and then run it through, and you're still going to get a nice fluffy letter. But that doesn't work for me. So I made letters on the foam sheet. I just laid the letters on there, ran it through my die cutting machine, my Big Shot. And then I also ran the letters through just by themselves with cardstock. And where are the rest of my letters? Oh, here we go. And we're using the Playful Alphabet stamp or Playful Alphabet dies. And what's really cool about this is there are some doubles. So there's double E's, double L's for hello, double P's for happy, double A's. So there's a few doubles, probably double S. Yep, double S. So there's a lot of doubles, double T's, so that you don't have to like run your things through so many times. You can just go. So like to make happy birthday, I only had to do it once because I have 2 P's. Okay. So that's kind of a cool thing about this little set. I'm also using the well-written dies because I wanted the birthday sentiment, and I always love to show this off, you guys, when I pull this die set out. I made this beautiful thing a couple years ago when the dies first came out, and I was having a class here at my house, and the girls were amazing, and they didn't even need my help. So I die cut all these pieces out of different colors of cardstock and layered them on this piece of black. So it just makes me happy to look at it. It's almost like something I could frame, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I also have the word birthday out of white cardstock, and I also die cut it out of these foam sheets. You may be wondering what this is. This is a little magnetic tray that I actually got at a store called Harbor Freight. Most of you probably have a Harbor Freight near you. And I just leave it on my die cutting station. And when I am done using a die, especially small dies, I toss it in this tray so that I don't lose them, because I have lost dies before and it really makes me mad. So I just use my little magnetic die tray, and then my dies don't get lost. So that's what that is. Okay. I also have a label from the Hippo Happiness, and I'm going to grab it. Here we go. This is called Hippo Friends, Hippo and Friends. And the only reason I bought this, not that the hippo and the unicorn and the butterfly aren't super cute, because they are, but I bought it for these labels because I love label dies, and so that's why I bought this set. I did get the stamps too, but I mostly bought it for the labels. So this is one of those labels. Okay, so what you do with these now, and this is going to be kind of funny with this dumb band-aid that I have going on here, is I'm going to pull my letters out of the foam here. There we go. And now you would not throw this away, because this you can use as dimensionals, because it's basically dimensionals. It's just a dimensional that's not cut. Okay. So all you have to do, if you don't have a bum thumb, is peel one of the layers of backing off. Okay. And then attach your letter. Oh, come on. I had a bad feeling about this when I was... because I designed this card a few days ago to do this today. And then I did my thumb and I thought, oh, that's going to be fun. I should have actually probably done a lot of these before I went live, so you guys don't have to watch me struggle through this whole ridiculousness. Okay, so we're going to... is this thumb... oh, it's just worthless. Absolutely worthless. I wonder... could I maybe hold the letter with that? And then stick it on? Let's just see. So, yeah, this might be really, really interesting. Ugh, I probably am going to make the ugliest card ever. It is what it is. Okay, we're gonna persevere, because we don't have anything else we can do. Okay. Oh, geez Louise, this is ridiculous. Oh, okay, I got a new plan, guys. I got a new plan. After I get this one on here, I got a new plan. Oh, that's the worst. Okay, my new plan. So let's just say you have a cut finger. Here's what you should do. You should, oops, that's stuck on my finger now. You should take your letters and you should lay them where you want them to go. Okay. And then you should stick them down, because then they'll be stuck down. You won't have to mess with this. So, all right, we're going to take the back off. Oh my, this sticks to a Band-Aid pretty good. Okay, and I'm not going to make this like nice and even and straight, because there's just no way I can. And honestly, sometimes straight, you know, nice and even and straight is, I don't know. Okay, so we'll put our A, and what color is A? A is yellow, so we can't have a yellow P right there. There we go. Okay, this is going to be better. Ugh. Okay. Oh gosh, they're not even even. I mean, not anywhere close. Can I peel them off? Yes. So, because I didn't press them down super hard, so maybe I'll get lucky and I can peel them up just a bit. Just scoot them over. Come on. You want to come off there. I know you do. Oh my gosh, this is a fiasco. Okay, but anyway, you see what I'm doing here now? Because I think this will be easier. Oh my. Wow, this is so embarrassing, you guys. Like, honestly, embarrassing. I feel like just turning the camera off right now. I'm not going to, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. I have all these tools at my disposal to help me fix all this. Okay. Forgot to pop the A out before. So pop your A out before you do this, because otherwise it's stupid. See, now I can put it on, and I think it's going to work way better. Yay! Okay, so there's the trick to that. If you have a bum thumb or you just don't want to putz around here, do that. Okay. Wow, that's pathetic. Okay, and then I also have the birthday that I have cut out here. Are you guys leaving any comments? Remove the center of the... I know, Pam. Gosh, I'm telling you. So silly. Okay. Oh, that was a big... I'm going to do the same thing with this birthday. And there really isn't any stamping except that inside piece. Okay, so we're going to try to get... Wow, I need to be more prepared next time. But in my defense, I wasn't planning on cutting my finger off today. That was not in my plan of stuff that was going to go on today. So, there. And I am actually impressed. I really wasn't sure how well these letters, or this foam, was going to work with the Big Shot machine. I wasn't sure if it would, like, you know, cut through or not cut through, and then it was going to be just a really big fat mess, but it just cut through perfectly. Even like I said, when I added the cardstock piece, it cut through with that too, but I just didn't like how it looked. So, oh good Lord, can I get that out? Sort of, kind of. Wow, I'm sure you guys are just super thrilled about this as much as I am. Do I have any other funny stories that I can tell? My family does do some funny stuff sometimes. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this, and I'm going to peel the backing off. Get off my Band-Aid. And I'm going to set this on here at the bottom. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to pull the top off, the top backing piece. That came off pretty easily. That's kind of impressive. Oh, that's... Okay. Oh, now let's see if I can manage this. Maybe if we just start at the end and then just come over like that. That's not working too bad. So that might be the trick, you guys, is doing it like that. I cut that. Come on, Band-Aid. Oh my gosh, this is like the worst card I've ever made in my life. Okay, no one is ever going to want to copy this card. Teresa, please don't freak out. Yours is not going to be this hard. because your card doesn't have the foam on this one. It's a different card that has the foam. Is that because the white shows? Jean, I'm not exactly sure what you're asking me. Because what white shows? The foam stuff, maybe? Okay, we're almost done. Good Lord. Whoops. See, I think when it's getting close to the end, it might need to have a little bit of help. Okay. And then we just have a little tiny bit of a white border here. Boy, I hope, Lynn, I can do the video for our technique cards with this dumb thumb. I should be able to. I'm just trying to get them ready. They don't have to actually go out until next week, so I'm sure my thumb will be better by then. Probably won't be completely healed, but it'll be better than it is right now. Okay, got all that. I'm not going to put dimensionals on the back of this because, you know, I've got the whole front is dimensionals. Ooh, but I wanted to put some ribbon on it. I wanted to put... Where's my silicone mat? Here we go. Because I have adhesive on the back of this thing already. So, I am gonna do that. Get that off. And I'm gonna put another one on there. So we'll go 2 pieces of ribbon on this. There we go. Okay. And now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to tape them down a little bit better. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit more seal because I've got ribbon covering some of that up. Okay. Now you have to admit, this is a super cute card, even though I butchered the heck out of it. You know what I'm saying? It is super cute. Okay. There. Ugh. Okay, there's that. Here's the... Oh, why did you do it all separate instead of attaching the cardstock to foam? And then... Oh, I'll show you, Jean. Because I did do that. When the very first thing I ever did with this. And these little tiny letters have these little release holes in them. Okay, so if you die cut something, you can push the paper out with that little release hole, and to take your pick tool, you can push it out. But the release hole, because this is so thick when you run it through your machine, the release hole leaves an impression on the paper, and I didn't like that. So that's why I did it the other way. If you don't care about these little impression spots, then you should absolutely do it like this because it does work perfectly. Okay. But I'm a little bit anal sometimes about things, and so I didn't want it to look like that. So that's the answer. What did you just say? Yep, that's exactly why I did it. Any other questions? Let's see, because, yep, Debbie answered you. Thank you, Debbie. Is that because of... Okay, there we go. All right, so the last thing I want to do, I'm going to show you guys how I actually did the middle. Like I said, you probably can figure it out, but I'm going to show you anyway. Let me grab a piece of white. Well, this will work, even though it's a scrap. We're not going to actually use it. So I've got 3 of my Stampin' Write markers. So I've got Poppy Parade, Bumblebee, and the Magenta Madness. And then I'm using the Ridiculously Awesome stamp set here. This is Rhonda Wade's $1 Million set. Super cute. That was actually hand drawn by Sarah Douglas's husband. Sarah Douglas is the CEO of Stampin' Up! And her husband is an artist, and he hand drew all these words. This is his handwriting, his font. He created all of these with Rhonda's words, and he created it. So he did a great job. So thank you, Sean. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to clean up some of this mess because I cannot stand stamping in a mess. And let's see, what did I do? I put the yellow in the middle, didn't I? So I'm going to take my Stampin' Write marker. I'm taking my brush tip, and I use the side of the marker. I'd never go straight down on the tip because I don't want the tip to get all ratty and messed up. So I use the side of my marker, and I'm just going over the word. Okay. I'm going to go over the whole thing, like so, and we'll get it all bumblebeed up. Okay, So I should shamelessly plug myself. If you guys are interested in any of my classes or any of the things I offer, please let me know. You can email me at barb@barbstamps.com. You can message me here on Facebook. If you need to place an order, you can do it in my store at shoppingwithbarb.com. And then here's my monthly host code. So there's my shameless plug. Be sure to like my page that you're watching this on. I would appreciate that if you'd give my Facebook page a like. That helps me out too. And then I'm using the Poppy Parade. Same thing, the side of the marker, not the tip. Because if you want to do some fine point coloring, you don't want your tip to be all smashed. Okay. Then we're going to do the word awesome in the Magenta Madness. Same thing, using the side of the marker. And luckily, you know, these are dark enough colors that you can totally tell if you didn't get something inked. I'll take a quick look at this when I'm done here and see if I feel like I got the whole word. I think I did. Okay, so then what you want to do is you want to huff on it. So you like breathe on it. You want to get your hot breath on there. And then you stamp it. Ta-da! And then you get multicolored sentiments for the insides of your cards. Yay! Oh, hello, Mary. How are you? Mary's on here. Mary's one of my team members. I got a lot of my girls on here tonight. Hello, everyone. Which I should say, you guys, please, if you're looking to become a demonstrator, I shouldn't even say that, a discount shopper, and everybody should. Nobody should pay a full price for Stampin' Up! Products, okay? You only have to buy/sell $300 a quarter. And there's no reason to pay a full price. If you can't meet the minimum requirements of the $300 per quarter, they just drop you. You don't get penalized. You don't give anything back. Nothing happens. And you can literally turn around and sign up again. It's just, there's no reason why you should pay full price for Stampin' Up! So if you're interested, please let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have about it. You don't have to do Facebook Lives. You don't have to do classes. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do, except buy stuff if that's all you want to do. So it's a great opportunity, and I'd be happy to welcome you to my team. Like I said, we had our team meeting last night. Mary's saying it's great. Thank you, Mary. And I showed you the swap cards from the meeting, and so it was a lot of fun. So anyways, you guys, again, I'll tell you where I got this. I got this at Harbor Freight. I put this little piece of designer series paper in there just because, you know, I'm a stamper and I like stuff to be cute. And yeah. And I also use this. Oh my gosh, you guys, here's another little handy tip. Do you ever, like, if you're doing a bunch of die cutting, do you ever, like, say your dies get hidden underneath paper, you know, and you're going through your table and you're cleaning stuff up? Before I do any of that brushing around with all the bits of paper, I take this magnet thing and I go over the top, and it will literally pick up magnets for me. It'll pick them up through the paper. So ever since I got this little tray, I have never lost a die. And that makes me happy. So yeah, like I said, I think I paid like $2 for this thing at Harbor Freight, $3 maybe. And they also have bigger ones, so in case you like to have the bigger dies in your tray, you can get them. They're super cheap and they're amazing, and they make great little gifts. I gave them to my girls at an onstage event one year when we all met up in, I think it was Florida. I hauled them to Florida and gave them out as gifts. So yeah, they're really cool and really amazing. So anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Apologize for my thumb and the problem I had with this card. It's a super cute card, and I'm sorry that I fudged it all up. But here are the rest of the cards that we did today. So I hope you guys enjoyed them. I certainly enjoyed this. It kind of took my mind off my owie for a little while, which is always fun because owies are not fun. And so thanks you guys for watching, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.